Okay, so there was at least one point in my life where I was literally that flaky friend where I would just use any excuse to get out of anything, whether it was like, oh, I have to go vacuum my room, like I have to go into work early, like I would literally just bail just for absolutely no reason. So there's this quote, people need good lies, there are too many bad ones, which I agree with because literally everyone's just like, oh, like I have to go to a funeral or like something that's just so generic, like we've all heard it. So there's also this time, so this kind of comes into play with like work, family, and friends. So at work, there was a situation like where my friend had got tickets to go to a taping for, there's a new movie for Lady Gaga coming out called A Star Is Born. And it was at Coachella, so I literally bailed out of work, took a personal day. I was like, I'm going to Coachella, like, and I literally made up this excuse that my sister was in the hospital, so that I couldn't. And I was just like, I'm so sorry, like I have to go, like it's like family emergency, and I like literally blocked everyone on like Snapchat. Everyone is all day, and like all my coworkers. And I was just like, I really thought about it, I'm like, wow, that was like a pretty bad lie, like it was pretty generic. The next one is also too with family. You know, we always have that one side of the family too that you kind of just like don't really want to go to. Like mine is definitely my stepmom's side of the family. I like cannot stand them. They're literally just like so just like snooty and like they just think they're so cool and I hate going. And so like last Thanksgiving, like I literally told them, I was just like, hey, like I have to go into work early, I'm so sorry. It's the same excuse every year. Like, I work retail, so it's like sometimes you like have to go into work at like 5 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day, so I always use that like, oh, I work 5 to 2, I'm so sorry. So, and then the next one is just with your friends. Like, I like how I said that I even usually was the flaky friend at one point, like when like friends flake on me or like they have something to do and they just say like, oh, like I'm so sorry, like something came up, I'm kind of just like, it's okay, like I got you, because it's like I totally understand like what's going on. But honestly, like when it comes down to work, your family or your friends, like people honestly like need good lies. There are too many bad ones. Like so, if you're gonna lie, why not just make it a good one?
That was pretty far down.
Yeah.
Not expecting.
My dad's been getting on me about my room. My dad's been getting on me.
I had like a cheer
I forgot about one friend
and I
who
got
like,
two Kanye West tickets, you know, so I
my
was
mom
like,
said I can't go out tonight.
Yeah.
I was like, watching Netflix.
I'm not
All
gonna do it.
day,
And me,
all
she was like,
day.
Mom, and I was like, my family's going through the most right now. I was like, it's just so much is going on and it's just overwhelming. And you know, I was like, it's just so hard. Then I was like, Kanye West, and I was like, I was captain too.
Oh my god. No, you know what's smart? Like you block everyone on Snapchat and Instagram.
Yeah, that's
Those
what I
dumb
do.
people, like, don't even do that.
I didn't know you could do that.
I
My
do it.
friend
I do
Jessica,
it all
she's
the
like,
time.
hey, like you can just like block like specific, like literally
You
specific
can just
people
pick
for
who
like
you
a
want to block.
day.
That's what
And I
I
was
do.
like, oh, there we go.
I on my snap like under cheer, you know, so I'm like block. There's a limit though. You can't block everyone. There's a limit. So I was like, ooh, who can I trust on this?
You know, people really be making like dumb excuses and not even like blocking
Yeah,
everyone.
no, and they'd
Yeah.
be like, I'm that person. I'm like, they're not even. They're out of the block right now.
You're the worst.
I'm like, that's funny.
All right. Well, the personal example in the introduction is fine. I think that you applied it to the topic really well. You've got a point of view that you do pretty clearly. There's a preview at the beginning of the speech. So all that's solid. Content issues, I think you've got amusing stories to tell on each of those points. You relate them well to the audience. Sometimes I think you could probably get a little bit more out of them, but people are reacting to them well, and you seem to be enjoying telling them, which accounts for some of the presentation advantages that you have, because you've got a lot of variety in your voice. You project your voice. When it sounds like you're having a good time, it's easier for people to kind of relate to what you're talking about, and they appreciate that. I do think that you rush a little bit, and that's where your anxiety issues come out. If there are anxiety issues, it's kind of like you're in a hurry to get through the example to get to the next point instead of being able to enjoy it. Again, be careful about the likes. We've got a few of them going on there, and that's another reason why it maybe sounds rushed, because there are a few of those that are just there for the purpose of getting us to the next idea. Facial expressions, look, you look very active while you're speaking, but you're not always like it's purposeful. It's sometimes you're just reacting to the thing that you're saying to yourself instead of thinking about the impact that it's going to have on the audience. And that's, I think, a little problematic. All right, well, I have to vacuum my room now, so. Thank you.